Every single one of us has a dream, a vision for something more, something better. But here's the thing. Between that dream and your reality, there's a battle, a real fight against all the forces telling you to just stop, to settle, to give up.
So what are those forces? Really? We always think that failure is the big bad enemy of our dreams. We're so scared to even try because, hey, we might fail. But I want you to remember this one powerful truth. Doubt kills way more dreams than failure ever will.
So how do you fight that doubt? Well, you start by changing how you see your dream. It's not some passive little wish you hope comes true. No, it's an active responsibility. It's your job. And it all begins with a vision that in the beginning, maybe only you can see. And this right here is the absolute first step. I mean, think about it. The world is full of incredibly talented people who never really accomplish anything. Why? Because they never put in the work to figure out what their unique gift is supposed to be. It's not about just waiting for some lightning bolt of inspiration. It's an active chase to find your purpose.
A real vision isn't just hoping for the best, it's more like a daily mental rehearsal. You literally have to go into a quiet room, close the door, and actually see yourself doing the thing, accomplishing the goal. You have to feel it in your bones, live it out in your mind's eye, and then bring that powerful feeling back into the present to fuel the work you have to do today.
Okay, so once you have that vision and it is crystal clear, you get to this critical moment. This is the point of no return. It's where a fuzzy idea has to become a concrete plan, where your vision demands you make a real, actual decision.
We say we decide to do things all the time, don't we? Yeah, I'll try to go to the gym, or I'm going to try to eat better. But listen, that's not a decision. That's just a preference. So, what makes a decision a real decision?
This is pretty amazing. The word decision actually comes from the Latin word decidere, which literally means to cut off. A real decision is like making an incision. You are cutting off every other possibility except for the one thing you've committed to. There is no plan B. This is it. So you can think of commitment happening in 3 stages. First, you decide. You cut off all the other options. Then, you commit. You dedicate yourself for the long haul, through the good times and the bad. And finally, you resolve. You make up your mind to stand firm in that commitment, no matter what comes your way.
But that one moment of decision, even a really powerful one, it's not enough. See, success isn't a one-time thing. It's a campaign. It's about waking up and facing the reality of the daily grind over and over again.
We love to imagine success as this nice, clean, straight line going up and to the right. But that's just not how it works, ever. The reality is this messy, squiggly line with ups and downs and detours, and it's so important to accept that, because those squiggles, that's where the real work gets done.
And that's really the heart of it. We're always on the lookout for that one life hack, that one little trick that's going to change everything overnight. But getting better isn't a hack. It's a campaign. It's a daily, hourly, relentless fight against your own weakness, against temptation, against laziness.
And to win that campaign, you have to value your resources. Imagine if someone put $86,400 in your bank account every morning, but at midnight, anything you didn't spend disappeared. You'd use every last cent, right? Well, every single day, you get 86,400 seconds. And once they're gone, they are gone forever. So, how do the most successful people use their seconds? They invest them in learning. Just look at this. Warren Buffett reads for over 5 hours a day. Mark Cuban reads for 3. Bill Gates gets through a book a week. They get it. They understand that the long campaign for success is won through constant learning.
Now, no matter how disciplined you are in your campaign, you're going to face hardship. Pain is going to show up. It's inevitable. So the key isn't trying to avoid it. It's about reframing it. It's about learning to see those obstacles as necessary fuel for your journey.
I want you to really let this sink in. What if the pain, the disappointment, the struggle, what if they aren't stop signs? What if they're actually a training ground? They're to develop something in you that can only be built in the tough times.
Because here's the deal. Pain will change you. That's a guarantee. The only question is how. It can make you bitter and defeated, or it can make you better and stronger. And that outcome, it's not determined by the pain itself, but by how you choose to respond to it.
Every difficulty is an opportunity. Anyone can just give up or get overwhelmed by it, but that's just wasting your pain. The real challenge, the real opportunity is to not just go through it, but to actively grow through it.
And that brings us to the final, and honestly the most important part of all of this.
You've got the vision, you've made the decision, you're ready to face the pain. Now what? Now it's time to act. It's time to start digging up your dream from wherever it got buried. Because life has a way of throwing dirt on our dreams, doesn't it? They get buried under discouragement, under past mistakes, under what other people think of us. But every time you remember that dream, every time you take one tiny action, you're digging it back out into the light.
This is the message of hope you have to cling to on the hard days. Maybe it hasn't happened in 6 months, or a year, or even 5 years. That doesn't mean your time isn't coming. Don't let the clock discourage you.
Ultimately, all the vision and resilience and belief in the world don't mean a thing without this one last ingredient: action. Nobody is going to come along and hand you your dream on a silver platter. You have to be the one to build it. You have to do the work.
And this is where so many people get paralyzed. They have the vision, they're ready to work, but they keep asking, okay, but where do I start? When is the right time to start? They're waiting for the perfect conditions, for the perfect plan to fall out of the sky.
But that's the wrong question. It's a trick we play on ourselves to avoid starting. The answer is always the same. Where do you start? Here. When do you start? Now. So the only question that really matters is this: what is your first step? What is your here and now?